you're not broken, you're just young and learning how to live. Part of the human experience, especially while you're young, is thinking that you're set in your ways and that you're on one certain path. We think that the trauma of our past, the missed opportunities of our past are holding us back. But that's only true if you hold the belief that it is holding you back, because your life is dictated by your beliefs. But once you get a sort of third-person perspective on your life, you realize that you have decades of time in front of you. And really, you have to reinvent yourself every day, which is the amazing part of life. You can always get out of the circumstances that you're in. You can always change who you are for the better. So, yes, maybe your life isn't where you want it to be right now. Most people's isn't. I know mine certainly isn't. Look at my living situation here. But I have hope for the future. The mistakes that you experience in life, the bad decisions that you made, that is friction that creates a better character for you. You can't wish for both an easy life and a strong character. You need these hardships in life to build you up to who you're supposed to be. Something that society often gets wrong is they think that people that have these great characters and overcame a lot and all this stuff, that they sort of naturally were like that way. They didn't really have to go through anything significant. They were sort of born into this like superior mindset. But that's not true. Every single person that is achieving anything great and building character in the process is going through a lot of turmoil, is going through hardships, and it's not easy for anybody. It's just some of us push harder than others. And it's important to understand this because you need to believe that you can grow and that there's room there. If you think that other people that are at certain spots got there just because of genetics or luck or things that are out of your control, then you're not going to believe that you can also do it. And everything, I'm getting monotonous here, but everything is stemming from your belief of yourself. But understand this, the hardships in life are what build you up to where you want to be. I think one of the most beautiful things about the living experience is that no matter what situation you're in, you can always build for a better future. Obviously within reason. If you go and, God forbid, murder somebody, yeah, you're going to go to jail. But for most of us here, yeah, you might be in a bad position. You can always claw yourself out of it. You can do it. You're not behind. The only timeline you should be comparing is yourself yesterday to yourself today. You know how easy it would be? Like, it would be so bad if you just compared yourself to people your age. I used to do that a lot when I was younger. I'm the same age. I'm 22. I'm like the same age as the kid Leroy. If you guys know him, he's like a musician. And I always liked his music. And I would see his life when he was like 18, 19, however old he was. And he was like living in the hills. He was like, with some of the prettiest girls you'd ever seen, making all this money, has like all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, how is this guy my age and he's doing it? And I wanted to be like that. And now I look at it and I'm like, comparison is the thief of joy, as cliche as the saying is. It's so true. Emotional instability is not a flaw. You have to understand that. Things are never concrete, especially while you're young, especially while your brain's still developing. I think they say your brain stops developing at 25. So even I have a few more years to go. But yeah, you're not behind. Just start trying to get better day by day. Your identity is pretty much ever shaping. What I've realized is that even like when I was talking to my grandfather before he passed away, I realized that he was growing as a person when he was in his 80s. That's a never-ending day-by-day thing where you're trying to reinvent yourself and become better. That's one of the things I just love about life, is you can just continuously rebuild and reshape. It's like in NBA 2K when you make a new build, get a new archetype. It's fun. Why would you ever want something to be stagnant? That's boring. It's like there's a famous clip of a Hollywood actress that she's like, most people's lives are like this. I want my life like this, the ups, the downs. You want to be able to experience and feel everything. So as hard as it is, appreciate the hard moments. The past three and a half months for me, I've been working so hard trying to build something for myself, which I'd never done in my life before. And Granted, compared to a lot of other people's experiences, it's really nothing. But for me, it was something new and out of my comfort zone. And like every night, I'm going to be honest, like I didn't want to do it. And still to this day, like there are like almost every night, I'm like, dang, I don't want to have to do all this work. But then I'm like, yo, you literally wished to be in this position that you're in right now a year ago. Like you would have prayed to be in this position. And so you have to learn to accept this. You have to put your hopes up high. You never give in to dismay. You have to, or excuse me, despair. Never give in to despair. You have to give yourself a shot at changing things around. I promise you, you are not broken. Things can be overcome. Yes, some things in life, sometimes you lose people and that's a part of you that you'll never get back. But that doesn't mean that you can't still grow as a person. That doesn't mean you can't overcome it. Being you is not about age. It's about exposure without experience. You need to go and try new things. There's nothing wrong with struggling. There's nothing wrong with even self-doubt, because everybody has self-doubt. Once you can understand and accept these imperfections that you have, you'll realize that these are the very same things that make you you. That's how you build your identity, the things that happen to you. Patience will tell all. Okay, on a long enough timeline, you're going to really figure out what you're made of. And once again, I know it feels like you're so stuck in your ways right now, but everybody feels like that constantly. And then you look back in the past year and you've changed so much. Keep these things in mind. Thank you guys for watching.